Hello friends, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Michi Designs. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. So in today's class, we're going to learn how to draft a basic sleeve pattern, and the materials we are using are the marker pen, the curve ruler and your straight rulers, your measuring tape, the paper scissors, and of course your pattern paper. So we are going to fold our pattern paper into two. I already folded it. It's folded into two to start our measurements, and we're starting with our armhole measurement. We're going to mark our armhole on this paper. It's folded into two, so all your measurements are divided into two. So if you measure your arm round, I'm using an armhole measurement of 18 inches and I divided it by 2 to get my 9 inches here. Then I added 1 inch sewing allowance, making it 10 inches. After that, I mark my calf's height, or you can call it your bicep measurement, and it is gotten by dividing your bust measurement by 12, and then you add 0.5 inches to it to get your calf's height. So your calf's height, on that calf's height, you're going to also mark your armhole measurement on it. So we're using 10 inches here. Remember, we added 1 inch sewing allowance. So we're going to mark that 10 inches on this calf's height. After that, the next measurement we are taking is our elbow measurement. So my elbow measurement from shoulder to my elbow is 12 inches. I'm using my measurement for this class, please. So I mark that 12 inches, and after that I mark my full length measurement, which is also my wrist measurement. I'm using 23 inches full length for this pattern, for this class. So I mark that 23 inches. I also mark the same measurements on the other side of the paper. I mark this measurement so as to connect the points together to get a straight line. It's very important, so your lines don't bend over when you're ruling them. So now I'm going to connect the points. I'm connecting the elbow line, my horizontal line, and then I connect the full length or your wrist measurement line. Having done that, the next thing is to draw a slant line from the beginning of the sleeve, the pattern, to your calf's height. Remember, this calf's height has your armhole measurement on it, so it's the armhole measurement that you're connecting to the beginning of the sleeve, to your calf's height. You measure this slant line, and then you get the midpoint of it, as I'm doing here with my measuring tape. You fold the tape into two to get the midpoint, and then you mark it on that line. You get the midpoint and mark it, and then you go up by 0.5 inches. This is to enable you curve out your back armhole. Remember, the back armhole is different from the front armhole. You use your curve ruler to connect from the beginning of the sleeve to that midpoint, that 0.5 inch that you went up. Then you use a straight ruler to connect the remaining from the midpoint to the armhole measurement, as you can see. So the next is to connect your front armhole. You're not going in by any 0.5. You're connecting straight to that midpoint with your curve ruler, and then you turn your curve ruler to the other side, the back of it, and you connect the curve back to your armhole line, as you can see me doing right here. Then after that, you measure your elbow round and mark it on your sleeve. So my elbow round is 12 inches divided by 2, 6 inches, plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So I marked 7 inches here. Then after that, I mark my wrist measurement, 4.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. That's 5.5. Then I connect the lines, and we are done. This is basically the end of this class. Like, we are done. It's so simple and it's so beginners friendly. So if you haven't tried it before, just try this and you see how it works like magic. So I'm trying to connect the lines here. So I'm adjusting my ruler to make sure that the lines are straight, because I don't want any sharp edges. And so our sleeve is ready. So the next thing now is for me to cut it out with paper scissors, and then our sleeve is ready. So I'm going to cut it out right now. So make sure you cut out the back armhole curve first, because your paper is folded into two. So you cut it out, and then you open up the paper, and then before you cut out the front armhole curve. So now we already have the shape of the back armhole on the left side of this pattern. So we're going to cut out the back that is already showing on the other side too. So we will be left with the front armhole. So we now have our back armhole and our front armhole. So I'm going to cut it out right now. I'm going to cut the back out. So our front and back. I'll show you. So I'm cutting it out right now. I'm cutting out the back armhole. So we have it. So I'm going to label it appropriately, the back and the front. So we have our back and front armhole, and then our sleeve is ready. So soulmates, we have come to the end of this class. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you try it out. See you in our next class. Bye.